All right. Well, hello, Ken. Great to be with you today. This is episode 1 of our video series, and the topic is on-site search. So, as an e-commerce developer, we at Gen Alpha know how important search is. In fact, I looked at the behavior analytics for our current implementations, and the highest percentage of first interactions after logging in across all of our sites is search. So, can you help explain the various reasons search can pose challenges for industrial manufacturers?
Absolutely. Kris, this is so exciting to be on this first part of the video series with you, by the way. So it's a critical question in connecting customers to product and part numbers, right? Because when customers are going into OEM manufacturer websites, they're looking for either a part to buy or they're looking for help for the product that they already know. And there's only 2 ways that they identify and find those the pieces of content that's important to them. They either navigate through product categorization or they do search. And those individuals that are using search, they're typically coming in a lot of the cases with a part number. So the reason why it's so difficult is because let's think about how the construct of the organization has grown over the course of time through acquisition. And you have very long-standing prefixes and character codes from these different organizations that you're compiling into a more and more diverse catalog, which is putting more stress on your search engine to find the exact product and part that a customer is trying to find, right? So thinking about differences between zeros and O's and whether or not you count dashes as part of a part number search, these are critical points you've got to be able to configure into the algorithm, because anybody that is coming to your website with a part number, you've got to tailor your experiences to them because they're at the closest point of buying or attaining more information that only benefits your CX.
That's right. And, we find in the B2B space, many of the buyers in an e-commerce environment are actually purchasers. And oftentimes they've been given a part number or SKU from somebody else in the organization, and they're told to get this on order because the machine is down or the equipment is going in for maintenance, and they've got to get that on order quickly. So having that good experience for that individual to very quickly get to what they need is critical as well.
100%. And even thinking another layer deeper into that complexity is it's not just about your part numbers and ones that you've acquired over the course of time through the growth of your business. It's cross-reference, it's serial numbers, it's reseller part numbers. Whatever it is, all that's happening is a customer is holding your product, they're going to your search engine on your website, typing in a number that they see. They don't know the difference between any of them, and they really shouldn't care either. All that the expectation is that your website can figure it out. If I type in ABC123, even if it's a part number that you've currently called DEF456, okay, point them there, because you should still have a picture in mega menus and type ahead search, making sure that you're adhering to those higher standards of engineers and procurement people today. Each keystroke is looking real time through the algorithm to match the customer that's looking for something very specific to information that's in your catalog. At least it should be.
That's right. Yeah. And don't forget about synonyms and all the different ways that we call things, right? So my famous example is wheel, spare, and tire. So somebody might be searching for wheel, another person is searching for spare. Make sure you have those connections so that the results that come up will lead them to the product that they're looking for. Good stuff.
100%. What comes at the end of the day in that experience is a part number, regardless of what they typed in initially up front. You just need to make sure you're going to bring them up higher in that experience before they can navigate from that point deeper in the experience into a part number page. That's right.
Yeah, good. Well, so before we leave today, let's give our audience one action item that they can go implement to improve search. What do you recommend?
Great. So I like to over-deliver, Kris, and on this first video series segment, I'm going to give you 2. The first thing you've got to do, and it's not the really fun part about search, by the way, you've got to go dig through the data. You've got to look at existing queries that might be buried in a variety of different platforms. You need to start doing some data analysis. And the first pass I suggest you make, look for part numbers. Not only for part numbers, look for exact matches of part numbers. You'll be surprised how many people are literally typing in ABC-123. There's going to be a whole bunch of other people that are not going to be using that dash, for instance. So the first thing you've got to do is make sure you're identifying how much of your existing search traffic are people that are so spot on perfect for you because they're looking for a specific part. That's step number one. Step number two is ask your customers how you're doing. Add a feedback tab to your search results page. Now, this is critically important. What you don't want to do. Don't use your feedback tab for your NPS scores or your CX scores or your customer sat scores. Use it as a feedback tab to collect very direct information from prime spot-on customers that are looking for your products on the performance of your search engine. If you just offer up the opportunity for a customer to give you feedback, they're going to give it to you.
Great advice, Ken. Listen to your customers. I love it. Thank you.
Thanks, Kris. Looking forward to the next one.